Mr. Prime Minister, my lords and members of the House of Commons, I have known few greater honors than the opportunity to address the Mother of Parliaments at Westminster Hall. I am told that the last three speakers here have been the Pope, Her Majesty the Queen, and Nelson Mandela, which is either a very high bar or the beginning of a very funny joke.
Well, let's start the debate. We're joined by Green Party MP Caroline Lucas and the Conservative MP Adam Holloway. It's not an automatic right, Adam.
What, to address the Houses of Parliament? No, it's not. I mean, I would not myself have voted for Donald Trump. In fact, I think he's a pretty objectionable guy, quite frankly. But the American people voted for him. This is not about Trump. This is about the head of state of the United States. And we should show respect to those voters. And if that involves having my former colleagues in the Brigade of Guards and seeing the Queen addressing Parliament, then that's how it should be. We should honour the American people and the office he holds.
We're trying to make it too personal.
I don't think so. This is somebody who just doesn't share, I think, any of the real values that this country stands for. And I think it really does beg a belief that at this moment in particular, the government is planning to roll out the red carpet. This isn't just a visit. This is a state visit with all the pomp and the circumstance. And there are just so many reasons right now why it is incredibly the wrong thing to do. The climate change issue is foremost, I think. This is a man who doesn't even believe the climate science. He dismisses it entirely. He's called climate change a Chinese hoax. And as such, he's really putting at risk the lives and livelihoods of millions of people across the globe. The Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change tell us we've got 11 years in which to get off the collision course with climate catastrophe. He doesn't even think it's a problem.
But do we only invite people who share our values? The Chinese Premier...
I wouldn't be wanting to roll out the red carpet to the Chinese Premier either. I think there's a difference between discussions, debates, dialogues, yes, visits. There's a difference between that and rolling down the Mall in the carriage, taking tea with the Queen. I think that is a different issue, and we should do that with those people who are our friends. What we could be doing right now by saying no to Mr. Trump is by sending a very strong message to say that these are values that are at odds with those that we want to stand up for.
I think this is absolutely appalling. I mean, the guys coming over for the 75th anniversary of D-Day were 6,303 Americans casualties on that day. This is the leader of our closest ally in terms of security and intelligence. This is our biggest single export market. I mean, this is completely crazy and really, really bad-mannered to the people of the US. And, let's talk about this. I mean, it is about interests. It's not about personalities. We've got to stop playing the man rather than the ball. And the ball, we need a free trade character. Well, that's not for you to object to, frankly. That's for the American people. They elected him.
But what he's doing by coming here is bringing those values into our country. I don't think that's what we want. And as far as D-Day is concerned, we know that the leader of Portsmouth City Council has themselves said... Let me just say what they said, because Portsmouth City Council is actually rather important.
I care about the American people.
What about the veterans who think the whole thing's going to be overshadowed?
Because exactly, Portsmouth City Council is relevant to this insofar as the D-Day celebrations are taking part, commemorations are taking part in Portsmouth. And the leader of the council has said that they're very concerned that the day that is meant to be about commemorating the veterans is going to be completely overshadowed by Trump's visit, that instead of having an open opportunity to celebrate that, you're going to instead have all of these, all of the metal bars and the barriers and everything to do with his visit will take the focus off the veterans. I think that's a great shame.
Look, this is not a Trump visit. I mean, the clue is in the title. It's called a state visit. Talk about protests and demonstrations. I mean, this is your opportunity to protest. Of course people should protest when Trump comes. But, about climate change, about Paris, for example, of course you must do that. But this shows great disrespect to the American people.
I don't think it shows disrespect to the American people. I think what it does, if we simply allow this kind of state visit to go through, is that it means that a man who, let's not forget as well, he's just been shown in the Mueller report to be a serial liar. He is deluded, he is narcissistic, he is a racist,
To be fair, he
misogynist.
could say he's been completely vindicated by the Mueller report as things stand so
He's
far.
not been vindicated of obstructing justice and of being a serial liar. That much is absolutely clear in the Mueller report.
But then this is a character assassination, right? I mean, it depends how deeply you want to look into the character of everyone who speaks to the Parliament, because that's not how we do things, right? We understand that there is a democratic process at work and that is a choice that another country has made.
But I think that it is our country's decision as to who we award state visits to. This isn't just saying he can't come to the UK, he can't have debates and discussions. I think the honour that goes alongside a state visit suggests that we have something in common that we want to support with the President of the United States. I would say with this President of the United States, we do not.
We've got to honour the will of the American people. They elected him in the same way that Parliament should be honouring the will of the British people in terms of Brexit. Really, this is too much.
Well, let's get on with that. We'll have a debate about Brexit next.
Looking forward to that. Thank you very much.